This is either gonna be the best or most costly mistake so far on the bike, and that is getting the gas tank and seat to work together. And it seems like that should just be a simple, plausible solution. Throw tank, throw seat, and you're done. But I want it to flow like the original XR750, and that is a nice, tight fit as far as everything looking streamlined from the gas tank to the seat. So a long time ago, I was working on the seat, which obviously, as you guys can see, we have a welded end area. So that's pretty much the hardware we have on the back side. Now we gotta actually get the final fittings in order for this to work. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to do this. I think I have it, or it's gonna be costly. Back when I had the original tank, painted, all this good stuff, well, somewhat, the primer on this all fell apart. So good thing, because this was incorrect. This is the proper one that we need to use. It's got the right tabs, fittings, and everything to actually fit on this properly without having to do some major modifications and all that good stuff in order to get this to work. So let's start off getting this mounted on and let's get it done. So when you buy one of these tanks from V-Twin Manufacturing, they got the look down, but the craftsmanship, finishing touches, not there. And these are not cheap by any means, so you are definitely spending roughly for a replica that needs more work. That's pretty much the end of it, all right? And on top of it all, the bung is on the opposite side. So we have that figured out. We've moved the coil, we got all that mounting, all that good stuff. So we'll get to that petcock area later. But for now, let's get this mounted. Oh, and it doesn't come with the bushings. You gotta get the bushings either transferred over from your old bike, and just something to note if you're ever looking to get one of these. I don't know why you would, but if you are, that's what you're doing. So Sportster has the mounting hole in the back, right through the frame. In order to get to this one, you have to go on the right-hand side. Going to the left-hand side will not work. It does not make enough room. So it's just a little bit bigger on this side in order to slide this bolt through there. So we got one washer here. We're gonna have to figure out some spacing here a little bit and not chop off any of our wires in the meantime. And now our bolt should, there we go. All right, got that side down. And our front mount, there we go. Now for the seat to match, I had originally a Saddlemen flat tracker tail section, nicely done, very beautiful tail section fiberglass that they made. They did all the hard guesswork and took that out of it. They also have a nice subframe that you can use, but I didn't like how it sat on the bike. It kind of gave this like springy look to the rear end, kind of not together, but still together, if that makes any sense. It didn't really flow with everything else. So I welded this area, got it all smoothed out, welded this tail section area onto the bike, and then allowed the fiberglass tail section now to sit flat onto the frame. We'll get into the cushioning, padding, all that good stuff later. But I want it to form fit onto the frame rather than just kind of sit on a subframe and look like it's supposed to not really be there, but be there. But now it looks like it's supposed to be there. So this is the subframe that we modified, cut out the front end, everything else is still the same. And that now allows us to sit, covers the frame, and all together. So happy with that. Now they also make a tail section flat tracker. I think it's like the Caballero, I think is what they call it. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And it's a lot longer, but same shape, same idea, but it doesn't really fit as well. It's wider, longer. They have its own tail section, kind of an afterthought, because the next part, the seat. Trying to get this seat to formulate with that tank has been a bitch. I'm gonna show you. This is what it originally came with. Now, not with the cover ripped off. I did that, pulled the cover off, rivet everything out, cut everything out, because I had this new tail section cut out in the front, which it doesn't originally come with, so it can formulate to the frame better. So we got that figured out. That goes up there. And the old cover does slip over, so not too worried about that. And I can re-rivet everything or however we want to do it, staple, whatever it is. It's underneath the seat and it'll be unseen. Now, this I don't like. It looks okay in camera right there maybe, but I don't like the gap. I want it to fit up against or fall right before the actual tank, so it has a full complete fit. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is in the whole scheme of getting the seat on here and everything. So my idea is that I'm gonna rip off the foam here. I've already started doing it, making sure it didn't come off in pieces. And this is what I'm gonna do for trying to make this whole thing work. Probably the correct cafe tracker way would probably to use this pan and then put foam on here, shave it down, and then do all my upholstery skills that I can and make that. I'm not an upholstery person. I don't have all the tools to do that. It takes all the sewing machines and you gotta do the measurements. I only had home ec so many times back in 5th grade to know how to do that, and that's not gonna work for this. So I went ahead and picked up the seat for the Caballero tail section and measured out the sides, the exact same width, the same height up here, and the length is longer. So my idea is that we'll be able to get the length that we need and only maybe have to chop off a little at the front, possibly even keep the same once we form it to the seat and slap this seat onto here. So we got to remove this brand new seat, unrivet everything, pull the foam off, put it on there, and hope that it works. It's either gonna be really, really stupid, expensive, or we'll get something semi-close enough. Let's just see what it does. All right, so we have to drill out all these rivets in order to release this seat. All right, so this should hopefully slip back. There it goes. Back on the bike, and we are de-skinned from our seat pan there. Now I'm keeping this because there are rivets on here that match up with the original fiberglass form and everything, and this is already formed towards this, and there's no reason to try and recreate this. I mean, if I have to do the whole metal, all that, maybe, but for now it works out well. That's done. Our brand new seat de-skinned right there. So this looks like now we're close. All right, so the top matches perfectly to the original. It's a little bit thicker, which is good because it gives us a little more cushion and it should meet more up to the top of the gas tank. Just the sides are a little bit shorter than the original. Not a big deal. If I feel like I need to add like a little, I guess we could probably try to do the whole glue trick and all that, but I'm not too worried about that. We're pretty much down to the main point, which is slicing the top here a little bit off so then we can meet up with the tank properly. I gotta get some holes on the bottom here drilled out or cleaned up so that the rivets will sit flat so we can get the accurate measurement of where this is actually gonna land. So we'll at least start whacking away at that and see what it does. So what I'm trying to do is get this marked here and here. Should be pretty simple, hopefully. Lines up to the top, press that down, and we should have, yep, our holes right there. Perfect. All right, so we'll kind of drill that one out and drill that spot out. We should be good. All right, we're getting there. Starting to feel better. So notice that this one does have a little bit more of a curve towards the tail section here. Not a big deal. We'll be able to work with that when we get the adhesive on here. Now to figure out how much I need to remove here, it's a trick. So I'm only gonna take a little bit off because I don't wanna measure this incorrectly at a time and then essentially try to get the straightest line we can get. So I'll probably take maybe 1 inch to 1/2 inch off up here. I don't even know how other like seat builders do this. It's just me trying to figure this out. I really have no idea what I'm doing on this side. So we're just gonna hope for the best, all right? So using carpenter square will at least get us our straight line for the most part. That's why our first cut will be smaller and then we can get into the fine tuning of things. Let's say about there. And we are through. Okay. Here's our first cut. Let's see how this lines up. Bam, look at that. All right. We are on the right track. Stoked. This is actually coming alive. All right, so still got a little bit more to go. Well, quite a bit more. We gotta shave down the middle, figure out how I wanna fully do the end. Either have maybe a little bit of a curve to match, probably not. Maybe, we'll figure that out. So I gotta stare at it for a couple nights, see which way I want to go about it, and then get this bottom piece all cleaned up, then put the actual leather back on the seat to know where it actually holds, stands, and see if we need to add anything. But stoked. The idea is it's coming together. We actually have a seat and tank molded for the look that I'm looking for. I'm pumped. It's, trying to figure this out has been more than stressful, trying to figure out which way that this is actually going to work. But for now, guys, that about wraps me in this one. I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button, tap that like, press the notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those that have already subscribed, thank you, and as always, stay free. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.